Hi everyone, so I did the all over Baptist fan tutorial, and now what I want to show is how I put a Baptist fan border on. And I'm just going to kind of come over here and show you. I have my center marked, and so that you want to make sure that you do mark your center for this particular one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just do 3 fans. I'm going to use my Pro Circle 3, my Pro Circle 5, and my Pro Circle 7. So I'm going to pop the circle on with the center right at my corner. Come over here. Pull up my thread. And I'm going to start in the down position. Okay. So, oops, I came a little too far. Back up. All right, so my circle is now on the corner of my border, and I'm going to stitch around that. Stop with my needle down so I could adjust my hand, making sure that my center's still on the corner. Okay, I'm going to stop. I'm now going to grab my Pro Circle 5, stitch out in my seam just enough so that I could get the center of the circle on my corner. Okay, then I'm going to stitch back. Remember, using templates is all about accuracy, not speed. So now I'm going to stop. I'm going to shift my hand over here so that I can finish up my circle, and then I'll cut those. Okay, and then I'm going to stop there. Clip those threads out of the way. Okay, now I'm going to go to my Pro Circle 7. So I'm going to just stitch down here in my seam line of my quilt until I can place the center of my circle on the corner. I'm going to stitch back up till I hit there, and away we go. Stitch as far as I can go, stop with my needle down, shift my hand, all the way around. Okay. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my Pro Circle 3. And now I'm going to use this point as my point to set the middle of my ruler on. I'm doing 1. And actually, I did this in the last tutorial. I should have started up here. So I'm just going to travel back down here. Okay. Now I'm going to scooch over. I'm going to grab my 5, my Pro Circle 5, pop that on there. Then I'm going to stitch up. Enough so that I can put the 7 on my center. Then I'm going to go back to my 3, and so what we're going to do is I'm going to travel up and start in the right spot this time. I think I have to go up just a little bit more. Go back to 5. This is a really pretty treatment. I really like this. Okay, so now what I want to look at is I know that I'm not, maybe I will. So we're going to get probably one more fan in here before we hit our center. So let's just give it a start. Go back to our 3. And I started in the wrong spot again. You'd think I would learn. Now I'm going to move out of the way so I can tell if my 7 is going to fit in this space that we've got left over here. So let me just see. Okay, so the 7's going to fit. I'm not quite sure how I managed to make it fit perfectly, but it does. So there's our center mark. So let's just say that it didn't fit perfectly and it was going to overlap over to here. I wouldn't have done this one yet. Okay, so I would have saved this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move to the other side of the quilt and I'm going to work from that center over to the center. And then I'll show you how I do that center portion. So you will notice that I have probably mismarked my center. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly pick this out and find the center here. So bear with me. Okay, so I've marked my new center here. So note to self, when you get to the center, don't do that last one because it might not be perfect. So, but I really did just want to show you how I deal with the centers, okay? Because a lot of people might deal with them differently. So let's get ready to put our center in. So I was able to get those 2 fans in. So now what I'm going to do, so I'm going to come over, and I'm going to stitch until my needle hits the center line. Stop with my needle down. I'm then going to move over here. Okay, then remember that this was the point we were working off of, and I'm going to put my middle there and stitch that last one. So that's how I would probably deal with that. Now, you have this area in here. I would come back in and I would probably put, needs a little something. So I'm going to work off that point. That out of the way, and then grab my 5. Okay, and that's how I deal with my Baptist fan border. So let's take a look here. We've got our first corner. So we're going to come around, and remember that as you come to the center, I should have done this one and then stopped because I was very close and I thought, oh, I measured perfectly, but I didn't measure perfectly. And then I came from this corner back to the middle. Okay, and so that is how I would handle a Baptist fan border.